Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into some of the most heartwarming and phenomenal moments when animals and humans helped each other. Across the globe, from the deepest oceans to the heart of the forest, there exists a bond between ourselves and the animal kingdom. It's a bond woven from mutual respect, understanding, and often incredible acts of courage and compassion. Stay tuned for some truly inspiring stories that illustrate the profound connection between humanity and the animal world. The sun shone brightly on a summer's afternoon, casting shimmering reflections on the surface of the river. Children's laughter echoed through the air as they played by the bank, their little feet splashing in the shallows. But suddenly, a shriek pierced the idyllic scene. A young boy, caught by the current, was being swept further and further away from the safety of the shore. Panic gripped the hearts of those watching, helpless to reach him in time. But then, a furry blur shot past them. A golden retriever, the family pet, had assessed the situation in a heartbeat. With unwavering determination, he plunged into the rushing water, powerful limbs propelling him towards the struggling child. The boy, his small arms flailing, was losing strength, his head slipping beneath the surface. The dog reached him just in time, clamping his jaws firmly onto the boy's shirt collar. Battling against the relentless current, he pulled with all his might, dragging the boy closer and closer to the riverbank. On the shore, the boy's family watched with bated breath, their faces etched with fear and hope. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the dog reached the shallows, pulling the boy onto the grassy bank. Exhausted but triumphant, he lay panting beside the child, his tail wagging weakly. The boy, shaken but safe, threw his arms around his furry savior, his sobs muffled by the dog's thick fur. In that moment, the bond between human and animal transcended words. It was a testament to the unwavering loyalty, the instinctive courage, and the deep love that dogs have for their human companions. The golden retriever, hailed as a hero, had not only saved a life that day, but had also reminded everyone present of the extraordinary bond that unites us with the animal kingdom. The ocean, vast and unforgiving, can be a treacherous place even for its most skilled inhabitants. A young dolphin, separated from its pod, found itself stranded on the beach, the tide receding with every passing moment. Its sleek, powerful body, so graceful in the water, lay helpless on the sand, the scorching sun beating down relentlessly. A lone figure walking along the beach spotted the creature from afar. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, he sprinted towards the stranded dolphin. Kneeling beside it, he could feel the heat radiating from its skin, hear the desperate gasps for air. The man knew he had to act quickly. Gently, he began digging the sand away from the dolphin's tail, creating a shallow trench to provide some relief from the heat. He then raced towards the ocean, soaking his shirt in the cool water before rushing back to the stranded creature. He draped the wet fabric over the dolphin's sensitive skin, providing a much-needed respite from the scorching sun. The dolphin, sensing the man's kindness, emitted a series of high-pitched clicks and whistles, a symphony of distress echoing across the empty beach. But the man understood. He spoke to the creature in soothing tones, assuring it that help was on its way. He knew he couldn't return the dolphin to the ocean alone, so he called for assistance. Soon, a team of rescuers arrived, their truck loaded with equipment. They worked swiftly and efficiently, using a stretcher to lift the heavy dolphin onto the back of their truck. The man, his heart pounding with a mixture of relief and admiration, watched as they drove away, the dolphin's dorsal fin disappearing into the distance. He knew he might never know what became of the creature he had helped save, but the memory of that encounter would stay with him forever. It was a powerful reminder that compassion knows no bounds, extending even to the most unexpected of creatures. Chapter 3: Guardians of the Village. The African savanna, a tapestry of golden grasslands and acacia trees, is home to a diverse array of creatures, both predator and prey. In a small village nestled at the edge of the savanna, the villagers lived in harmony with their environment, respecting the delicate balance of nature. But one year, a severe drought gripped the land, driving desperate predators closer to their homes. One night, under the silvery glow of the moon, a pack of hyenas, their eyes gleaming with hunger, approached the village, their eerie calls sending shivers down the spines of the villagers. The villagers, armed with only rudimentary weapons, knew they stood little chance against the hungry pack. But as the hyenas closed in, a rumbling sound echoed across the savannah. A family of elephants, their massive forms casting long shadows in the moonlight, emerged from the darkness, their trumpeting calls a symphony of defiance. The elephants, sensing the danger, had come to protect the village. They formed a protective circle around the perimeter, their enormous bodies a formidable barrier between the villagers and the predators. The hyenas, intimidated by the sheer size and power of the elephants, paced restlessly, their hunger palpable but their caution overriding their desperation. The villagers watched in awe and gratitude as the elephants stood guard throughout the night, their presence a source of comfort and security. As dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, the hyenas finally retreated, melting away into the tall grasses. The elephants, their task complete, turned and lumbered away, disappearing into the vastness of the savannah. The villagers, their hearts filled with gratitude, knew they had witnessed something truly extraordinary. The elephants, in an act of selfless compassion, had demonstrated the remarkable bond that can exist between humans and animals. Chapter 4. A beacon of hope in the inferno. The air hung thick with smoke, the acrid smell of burning wood stinging the nostrils. A raging bushfire, fueled by strong winds and dry conditions, tore through the Australian outback, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Trees crackled and popped as flames devoured their trunks, sending showers of sparks into the night sky. Amidst the inferno, a young woman, her face smudged with soot, her eyes red-rimmed from the smoke, searched desperately for signs of life. She was a volunteer with the wildlife rescue team, her heart aching for the countless creatures caught in the path of the blaze. Suddenly, a flash of grey caught her eye. High up in a eucalyptus tree, clinging precariously to a charred branch, was a koala, its fur singed, its eyes wide with terror. The fire raged below, licking at the base of the tree, threatening to engulf it entirely. Without hesitation, the woman sprang into action. Ignoring the searing heat and the choking smoke, she scrambled towards the base of the tree. She knew she had to act quickly if she was going to save the terrified creature. Looking around frantically, she spotted a discarded firefighter's blanket. Soaking it in a puddle of muddy water, she wrapped it around her head and shoulders, creating a makeshift shield against the intense heat. Then, with a deep breath, she began to climb. The climb was treacherous, the branches slippery with ash and sap. But the woman, fueled by adrenaline and compassion, refused to give up. Finally, she reached the koala, its tiny body trembling in her arms. She carefully wrapped the koala in the wet blanket, shielding it from the flames. With the precious cargo secure, she began the perilous descent. Reaching the ground safely, she rushed towards the makeshift animal hospital set up nearby. The koala, weak and dehydrated but alive, was given immediate medical attention. The woman, her face streaked with sweat and tears, watched as the little creature received the care it needed. In that moment, surrounded by the devastation of the fire, she felt a surge of hope. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, compassion and courage can prevail. Chapter 5. A feline's sixth sense. In the quiet suburbs, a sense of normalcy pervaded. Families went about their daily routines, unaware of the silent danger lurking within the walls of one particular home. An invisible threat, odorless and colorless, was slowly seeping into the house, posing a deadly risk to its unsuspecting occupants. Inside, a tabby cat, usually content to while away the hours napping in sunbeams, began acting strangely. He paced restlessly, his meows taking on an insistent, almost frantic edge. He pawed at the kitchen door, leading to the basement, a place he usually avoided. His owner, initially dismissive of the cat's unusual behavior, began to take notice. The cat's meows grew louder, his agitation increasing with every passing moment. He even went so far as to swat at his owner's legs, as if trying to pull her towards the basement door. Concerned by her pet's uncharacteristic behavior, the woman decided to investigate. As she cautiously opened the basement door, a faint metallic odor wafted up the stairs. It was the unmistakable smell of gas. Her heart pounding in her chest, she immediately ushered her family out of the house and called the gas company. The repair crew arrived promptly, confirming a significant gas leak originating from a faulty furnace in the basement. The woman shuddered to think what might have happened had her cat not alerted her to the danger. His keen sense of smell, far superior to that of humans, had detected the gas leak long before it reached dangerous levels. News of the cat's life-saving actions spread throughout the neighborhood, turning him into a local hero. He became a symbol of the extraordinary bond between humans and animals, a testament to the fact that our furry companions can often perceive dangers that we, with our limited senses, might miss. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these incredible stories, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. The animal kingdom never ceases to amaze us with its capacity for courage, compassion, and unwavering loyalty. These stories serve as poignant reminders of the profound connection we share with the natural world and the importance of cherishing and protecting all creatures, great and small. See you next time.